A lot of people have started homeschooling in Texas in the last couple of years. I often get requests from people about how many people are homeschooling now. And that's kind of up in the air, somewhere between 600 and 750,000 students. So that's probably well over 300,000 families in Texas. And the interesting thing, as a lot of these new people come in, sometimes we get folks who say, Tim, I don't understand, why are y'all spending so much time and energy and money on these political campaigns and on voting and the legislative process? We really want to just focus on learning styles and curriculum and how to teach our kids at home. And while those things are important, our experience, going back in the 80s and 90s, is we all had the experience of somebody in the legislature filing a bill that would detrimentally impact the families who were homeschooling in Texas, or a CPS legislation that would directly impact families. So the reason we've spent a lot of time focusing on the campaigns and getting people to vote is because in January, the Texas legislature is in session. And we like to quote somebody who used to say, no man's freedom or property is safe when the Texas legislature is in session. And that is true. So we're getting ready. We have our team going to Austin. They'll be in Austin during the legislative session that runs from January through the end of May. We have our interns in place. We have our whole team looking at the legislation that's being filed, giving feedback, testifying for or against bills, and working very, very hard to empower parents in a positive way in legislation that we pass, and also to protect families by killing bad legislation, or at least amending it so that it's not detrimental. So I hope you will sign up for our newsletters and keep abreast of these things that are going on. Remember, our goal is to empower parents and give them more freedoms to raise their children as they see fit and choose educational opportunities that benefit their children and their families. And so we'll be having these newsletters on a regular basis so you can keep up with what's going on. We'll also be launching again our Capital Days, an opportunity for folks to bring their kids to Austin and have a civics lesson to learn how that process works, to actually participate in a bill that you're for or against, and talking to legislators. It is a terrific experience for homeschool families to learn how that legislative process works, and at the same time to work for or against bills that we are for or against, depending on whether or not they are beneficial to the families of Texas. One great example, during the last legislative session, legislation passed to reform CPS that directly resulted in 1 year in a 40% reduction in removal of children by CPS from families. So that's the kind of thing that we want to continue to see. So I hope you'll click on the links below, share this information with your friends, like this video, and thank you for helping us keep Texas families free.